What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it's our lives. And personally, I encourage you to enjoy your lives wherever you are. Enjoy your life. Very important. Anyway, welcome to the Bible study. We continue with our series of Bible studies, and today we are studying Exodus chapter 20, 20, 10, 10, 20. Exodus chapter 20 is part of the Old Testament that the Christians who claim that the Old Testament has gone, that all things has passed away, but they don't want the God of Old Testament with the Ten Commandments to go away. So that's where they get Ten Commandments from. Although all the commandments are the same, there is no special law. There is no special law for food, or some people try to divide it when you show them how nasty the God of Old Testament was, or about law, or tell them, why are you picking some laws? You say, no, those one is different. Those ones are not. No, the commandment of God, I think they say it's how many? Is it 300 and something or 600 and something, either 310 or something like that, but they already calculated that. So 300 and something, if I'm correct, of God's commandments. You must keep all of them. If you fail one, you are a lawbreaker. You will not make it with God. God will never be happy with you in the Old Testament. And in the New Testament, you are going to hell for not keeping all the commandments of God. So, Exodus chapter 20. You will see many things, a lot of things in the Ten Commandments that preachers are not telling you. I will tell you them today. It's been there. We have been reading them, especially the last part of that Ten Commandment. It tells you everything you need to know about God and the system of godliness, system of righteousness, system of spirituality, system of religion, system of the supernatural or spring being. Okay, verse 1. And God spoke all these words, saying, God was the one speaking all these words through Moses. I don't know why some of you, when we show you what God said through Moses, you will say, no, that was Moses saying that, not God. But if it's the one you like, you say, yeah, it was God, or it is God saying it. Oh, cut off all that you are cherry picking. If one part of the Bible is wrong, the whole is wrong. If one part of Bible is good, the whole is good, or right, or true. If one part of the Bible is true, the whole is true. The rest of the Bible is true. If one part of the Bible is wrong, the whole Bible is wrong. Understand this thing. For the fact you believe that God is perfect. So if God is perfect, everything he does must be perfect. So there is no excuse for God. You don't need to have any excuse or make any excuse for God. Let God be God, and you will see there is no real God anywhere. And you that claim to be God, you lack the characteristics, the traits of God, especially the three major traits of God: omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. That's, you must be all powerful for you to be God. You must be everywhere at the same time for you to be God. And you must be all knowing. You must know things before they happen. It's a must. If you don't have these three things, you are not God. If you like claiming, the Bible says, I'm a God. You are stupid. You are not God. If you are created in the image and likeness of God, you won't be here arguing with me. You won't be here on social media. Have you seen any God arguing with anybody? Have you seen any God being on social media? God don't have phone. God cannot speak like me and you. God, even animals make sound. God don't. Animals are better than God. I'd rather have a dog than have God. I'd rather have a cat than have God. I'd rather have any type of animals in my house, even snake, than having God. I will never, forever awaken God in my home, in my house, in my life, in all my affairs. God is deleted forever, permanently. Permanent deletion. I delete, I delete everybody out of your life in my name. Say amen. You don't know there's power in my name? My name is the name above every name. At the mention of my name, every god bow. At the mention of my name, every goddess bow. At the mention of my name, every spirit bow. At the mention of my name, every soul bow. At the mention of my name, every supernatural bow. At the mention of my name, spirituality bow. At the mention of my name, religion bow. I am greater than God. I am greater than Jesus. I am greater than Satan. I am greater than demons. I am greater than any spiritual being you believe in. I am above them. So in my name, I delete them out of your life. Say amen to that. A louder amen. Can I hear you? Louder amen. Say it to my glory. Say it to my glory. Worship me, and you will have everything. No more problem in your life. God spoke all these words. You see, all those things I'm saying to you. Yeah, God spoke all these words. That's how they made up the Bible, especially we Africans. No, seriously. Tell me why Africans are worshiping any God. I want somebody to tell me the benefit of Africans worshiping any God. No, zero. We are worshiping God because we are slaves. If we are free people, we have been deleted God out of Africa a long time ago. Haven't we suffered enough? We have suffered enough, but for you to know how deep our indoctrination and brainwashing went through slavery and other institutions they established, you begin to understand. You see, the older I get, the more I understand what is going on, and I be like, listen, this thing doesn't worth all that stress, all that depression. It doesn't worth it. It doesn't worth it. Don't wait until reality happens to you before you learn. At least you can learn from what you are hearing on social media. Use your own brain. Don't come defending God. Don't come defending your religion. Just use your brain. Think for yourself. Question your God. Question your religion. Question your faith. If they don't give you factual answer, don't accept it. Don't accept fear as an answer. Don't accept faith as an answer. Don't accept hope as an answer. Don't accept love as an answer. Don't accept humility as an answer. They must give you the tangible answer you need, proven answer. It's not something that, okay, just hope. I hope, you know. What if you die tomorrow and find out there is God? It doesn't make sense. You mean I spend my life, maybe I will live 60 years or 70 years or 80 years of my life. God did not show up to help me. It's when I die, I will find out he exists. No, it is now we're supposed to find out if he exists or not. And me, I found out myself, God does not exist. Gods does not exist. Goddess and goddesses, they don't exist anywhere in reality. We exist. We see what exists. Nature exists. I made a post today. Go check it about Adam and Eve because I was thinking that's what happens when you think for yourself. You know, thinking about Adam and Eve. If you check it, you see the story of Adam and Eve really show you that how men created God and the marriage and other institutions like family to enslave people, to control people. If you check it very well, I asked in that post, I said, when did God, put my, no, I said I will make it, but the post I made was, I was talking about Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve, God made them God made them in his own image. So, but they say that the serpent spoke to the woman. So I say in that particular post I'm talking about, that do you know that God spoke to Adam directly? He did not speak to the woman. And so long Adam was listening to God without God communicating with the woman too, or communicating with both man and the woman, but communicating only with Adam, and Adam is passing that to the woman, they were ignorant. They didn't know they were naked. Their eyes was not open, or were not open. Until the serpent, not Satan, until the serpent, not demon, until the serpent, not devil, until the serpent, not any other being, until the serpent, nature. Nature spoke to the woman, say, look at the nature. Look. That's what natural beings do. Natural beings point you to nature. They don't point you to spirit or spiritual world, because natural world is not a spiritual world, and spiritual world is not a natural world. You can't be living in a natural world. I'm worried about spiritual world that you don't know where it is. You don't know. You cannot prove its existence. Focus on the world you are in. Focus on the natural world you are in. All we need to survive is nature. We don't need God. That's what the story of Adam and Eve can teach you also. We don't need God. So long God was speaking to Adam, they were blind, they were ignorant. But the moment serpent spoke to the woman, the serpent did not speak to Adam. I even used to preach part of this when I was a pastor. I said, do you know why the serpent did not speak to Adam but speak to the woman? I said, because Adam was the one God originally gave the word. But that was wrong preaching though, because that's how preachers preach the Bible. Because originally God made Adam and Eve in his own image and likeness. So the woman also is image and likeness of God. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. He said he made them male and female in his own image. He created him. Male and female created him. Then, even in chapter 4, or is it chapter 5, verse 1? He said the same thing. He said, when God made male and female, he called them man. He called them man because man is the image and likeness of God. And the image and likeness of God, or the image of God, is male and female. Later we share the other post where I asked, then when did Eve or woman becomes man's glory, no longer God's image? Because in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 7, he said that man should not cover his head because he is the image and the glory of God. You see how they subjugated women. They say now, man is the image and the glory of God. But woman is the glory of man. Woman is no longer the image and the glory of God. It is only Adam now who is the image and glory of God, thereby making man head and the woman tail, or the sole of the feet. Man becomes the head over the woman, and woman now under the man. Why? Because God made man first before he made woman, which is a lie. God made them the same time, the same day. Say, let us make man in our own image, after our likeness. He made them. So when he tell you that God breathed into something he made from the ground and take a piece of bone from Adam's rib to make a woman, that's another creation. The original creation of Genesis chapter 1, he made man the same day, male and female. It is written there, not my words. He said, God spoke all these words, not me. So you're supposed to know that it is people who made up these things telling you God said. They made it up. They created God and the laws of God to subjugate women and the children, the weak ones, the poor ones. Understand this thing, you will see how simple it is. Why can't you ask, why are we suffering in the land when we say there is God and people worshiping God in that land? Don't you know that we're supposed to be living better? All of us are supposed to be children of God. So all of us are supposed to be enjoying equally as children of God. Why do we have rich children of God and poor children of God? Under same God. I don't think there is a rich family you will go in, and the children of the man of that family, some of them are living well, some of them are not. Some of them are hungry, some of them are full. There's no, it is not possible. But when it comes to God, oh, no wonder I say with God, all things are possible. You know, when you are making claim, all things are possible. I believe I can fly is possible by faith. I'm the richest man in the whole world. It's possible by faith. That's me. But am I a richest man? All things are possible with God. With God, all lies are possible. With God, not with reality. With reality, lies will never stand. Verse 2. And the Lord your God, wow, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. If you have been studying this Exodus, book of Exodus, from chapter 1, you will agree with me, there is no place God brought these people out of Egypt. God cannot bring them out of Egypt. That's why he sent Moses. You cannot send somebody to do something and you claiming that you did it. Then when that thing go wrong, people will say you are not the one that did it. It's the person you sent. So there's no way for you to tell me. You cannot prove it in the Bible where God himself brought the people of Israel out of Egypt. It never happened. We studied it. He went to Moses via the burning bush. From there, he entered Moses' rod. And this is, we're still in the case of Moses' rod. Even when Moses used that rod, God will still get upset. That God don't know how to do shit. He don't even know how to guide his servants. That's why I say, who is servant but my servant? Who is blind like the messenger who I sent? I think Isaiah 42 verse 19. I still know that one. At least it's in the book of Isaiah. God's servants are blind. His messengers are deaf. But yet you believe them. Yesterday we see it in chapter 19. He said the reason why he comes in the cloud to show people, listen to Moses. He wouldn't allow all the people to come to him. All of them are his children, but he wouldn't allow them to come to him. It's only the one he chose as the head, like Moses. He said for these people to see, to hear that, he hear from God, then they will believe him forever. Nothing will make them disbelieve him. Do you see the reason why church members never disbelieve their pastors? Catholic members never disbelieve their priests. And the moment you begin to even contemplate disbelief, they begin to tell, don't backslide, though. If you backslide, they're threatening you to stay in bondage. That's why God threatened Adam and Eve to stay in bondage. The day you eat of this tree, you will die. He don't want them to be free, because without knowledge, you are living in bondage. Nothing set you free but knowledge, especially the knowledge of factual truth. And the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. It's a lie. Let me say something again about this out of house of bondage. The house of God is the house of bondage we know in this world. And every godly house is a house of bondage. That's why they tell you lie. That no, it's Egypt that is under bondage. It's not. At least the life of Abraham proved that Egypt was not the land of bondage, it's the land of abundance. The life of Jacob proved the same thing. The life of Isaac proved the same thing. The life of the children of Israel proved the same thing. The people of Israel gave them the best of the land called Goshen. So Egypt was not the house of bondage at all. But that is how believers behave. After you finish helping them, these people will turn against you. They will call you and they will say you are evil. Just because you don't believe in their God, but you help them. You solve their problems. But they value their God more than you. Do you see the reason why it doesn't make sense for you atheists to be helping theists? You unbelievers helping believers. It doesn't make sense. If for the fact that person said they believe in the Almighty God that can do all things, they don't need you to do anything for them. Don't you hear them even say it or sing it? They say as long as they have God, as long as they have Jesus, he said, I need no one else. I need no man else. I need no woman else. So if they have God, they don't need your help. So don't let them intimidate you with, oh, why can't you help? No, you have God. You don't need my help. Verse 2, verse 3. That's the first commandment. He said, you shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image. Why are you saying they should not have any other God when you're supposed to be the only God? And you believers, you Christians, you Muslims, you Jews who claim that your own God is the only true God, why your own God said in Torah, in the Bible, and in the Quran, he said, you shall not have other gods before me. There are gods, but he said, choose me. Choose me. He did not say he's the only God. He said, you shall have no other God before me. In other words, put me first. I am idol, but don't worship other idols. Put me first. I'm your first idol, first and only idol. God is idol. God is man-made. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. But go to churches today, they have images. Even the Pentecostals have joined. People that said don't have any images anymore. Pentecostals don't have image of Jesus or Mary, mostly in their church, but they have image of their general overseer. They have images of people they admire. Some people even have the images of their president in their church office. Jealous God. He said, you shall not bow down to them nor serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous, that's a narcissist God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me. You see how stupid this God is. Why are you visiting the iniquities of the fathers on their children? Children are innocent. And I see some people today telling you God loves children. God loves your children. Bring up your children in the fear of God. No, God hates children. The first commandment show you that. He don't care about innocent children. Achan, in the book of Joshua, Achan committed a crime. In his entire family was wiped out, stoned to death. And they heap all the things they stole on them. That is the people of God. God visiting the iniquity of one person on the innocent people. Is it not the reason why they tell you about the original sin? One or two people sinned, then he said it's the whole world that sinned. But I'm happy I'm not related to Adam and Eve. We were chilling in our own land of Nod, where after Cain came and married from us. But we were chilling. We are not in the garden with Adam and Eve. The sins of Adam and Eve does not concern me. It can never affect me. But we have been forced to obey or to accept it. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations who hate me. How can you say people you created hate you? People reason. Stop believing nonsense they wrote in the name of God. You say God created me, and you are accusing me of hating God. It is impossible for me to hate the one that created me. It is impossible, especially when I haven't seen that person. I never seen God. How can I hate somebody I have not seen? It is impossible for me to hate God. God does not exist. But when I say certain things about God, it's to provoke you to think, have a rethink, and quit believing and worshiping God. God don't want you to reason. He don't want, and when they want you to reason, they want you to reason according to what is written, according to their own narratives, according to their own rules. If you use your common sense, you are cast out, because common sense will always give you the knowledge you need. He said, "But showing mercy to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. Even in showing mercy, God also show partiality. God is partial. He said that when the iniquity of the fathers who disobey or who hate him, he said we visit them to the what? Third and fourth generations. But when it comes to people that love him, he said we show mercy to thousands of their generation, no longer to third or fourth. Thousands now. You see how wicked God is. God is partial. He's not worthy of our worship. Say, but he will make it thousands to those who love you and they keep your commandments. Slaves, trust and obey. Those who trust and obey without question. Those who trust and obey blindly, they are the ones God always visit with goodness, visit with mercy. But you know, goodness, mercy, they are empty things. Mercy is useless. I don't need the mercy of God. Nobody survives in this world by the mercy of God. I don't need commandment of God. It's useless. What will I do with it? If I go to court and tell them, it is God who tell me to do whatever I did before they arrested me and take me to court, will the judge let me go? Even though the judge believes in God also, you say no. Because the purpose you see the judges believe in God is also out of childhood indoctrination. They believe it. And when they think about God, they forgot the main thing they went to school for. But when they sit in their offices, that's when they, okay, I must do my job. If I don't do my job as a judge well, I will lose my license. It is not the truth that is compelling judges. That's why when you bribe them, they will do your bidding. It is the law that is also compelling them. Because if a judge rule against you and against the constitution of the land, that judge will lose his license or her license. The majority of you don't know that it cannot be. All of them can be bought. All of them, all judges, unless if that thing is against the constitution or against the ethics of their license. Okay, that's when you see they will say no, I'm not doing that. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who take his name in vain. What type of silly God is that? Your children are supposed to, no matter how your children say your name or use your name, why are you upset at them? They are your children. Don't you see, as a parent, you are better than God? You will never maltreat your children the way God maltreats his children. The way God demands loyalty, demand obedience from his children. You will never do that unless you are also crazy like the God of the Bible. Verse 8, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. This God don't want rest for his people. But he said, we give you rest. The day you're supposed to be resting, he still wants you to keep that day holy. You must do something. Worship me. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. That's slavery system. You have to work 6 days and rest only in 1 day. Even that 1 day is not full day you rest. So you must still perform some sacrifice to please God. You must give offerings to please God. This God don't like seeing his children in pleasure, enjoying life. May that God never create me again in his world. Again, I will never be in his garden or in his world again. Useless God. But the 7th day is the Sabbath day of the Lord your God, not even your own Sabbath day. So you see why you still worship God. You never have rest as a believer in God. In it you shall do no work for yourself, you nor your sons, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant. You see, God is supporting slavery. Servant. A servant is a slave. Some servants get paid after they work. Some servants don't get paid. Both of them are slaves with different conditions. Understand that. Okay. So is the servant of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work. You and all these people you mentioned, even your cattle, your animals, your visitors or guests, who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made. What is the purpose of this Sabbath day God made? Not for yourself, for God. See what he said, verse 11. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rested on the 7th day. Therefore, the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Selfish God, jealous God. He did not create the Sabbath for you to have rest. It's for you to acknowledge his own rest, which is why they created Sabbath, to insist that, yes, Bible is a historical book. God created heaven and earth in 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested, which is a lie. God never existed. God never created. If God created heaven and earth, even that place they tell you he took the dust of the earth, molded it to make a man. You're supposed to see the site of it. Show us the site where God created man, the first man, as you claim. Show us the site of. There must be site. There must be venue where God created man, according to Genesis. Where is the site? You say nobody knows. How about your God? You are all-knowing God. Think. No condition is permanent unless you continue believing blindly. Your condition will remain permanent. Majority of our people have died living by this blind faith, believing this nonsense. Hey, it's my day of rest. Even Christians also come and copied from the Judaism or the Jewish people. Instead of them using the 7th day for rest, they are now using 1st day as rest. So Christians put rest before work. Why the Jews put work before rest? But in nature, the one that makes sense is rest after work. You rest after work. You don't rest before you work. No, you rest after work. If you don't work, you don't need rest. You need rest after work. If you don't work, you don't need rest. You need rest after work. You need your own rest. Stop keeping the rest of God. What happened to your own rest? When will you have your own rest? You work for 6 days for money. Then you work for 1 day for God. Where is your own day? So we have to create the 8th day to be our own day. We are the one that created the calendar. We can change it. We have also 4 days calendar. We have 4 days calendar. We have 7 days of calendar. The ones we know, you can Google it and find out. You can do your own research. But we don't have our own rest day in that 7th day. When you go to people that practice the 4-day calendar, they have work and rest every day. You work and rest every day. That's Igbo calendar. But this Gregorian calendar is slavery calendar. Of course, the source of it will tell you everything you need to know about it. The calendar we have today is a slavery calendar, where slaves were forced to work for the master for 6 days, and 1 day for their God who they don't see. The master they see, their slave master, they work for him for 6 days. But the invisible master, the invisible God, they work for him for 1 day. That will show you who created who. Is the slave master that created that God, telling you it's invisible. Work for me and you will work for God. He will give you rest after you die. The slave master never wants his slave to have rest. There's no slave master that will give rest to his servants. No slave master does that. Even the good ones, no. Because they know if they do that, they become poor, they lose their slaves. Idiot of a God. He hallowed his own Sabbath day. How about your children's Sabbath day? After you will see where he tell them also this land will have Sabbath. How about the people? Why can't your people have Sabbath forever? Every day is a Sabbath day. Every day is supposed to be Sabbath day. Let them be worshiping God and he provide them all they need. Why did they need to go and work again? Use your brain to read your Bible. Stop using your fear and faith. Use your brain. Verse 12. This is another bad one. Honor your father and your mother. I tell you, every word of God is bad. Every part of the Bible is wrong. I'm telling you, no matter if you read it, maybe just reading it, it may sound well to you, but if you read it well, you will find out, oh, it doesn't make sense. He said, honor your father and your mother, because you're not supposed to have father and mother in the first place. Majority of you will say, no, what are you saying? You're not supposed to have father and mother as a person. What you're supposed to have is mother. And that mother is temporal. It's not permanent. For you also to be who you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to be a child forever. No, learn it from the animals. No animals has father. It is only people that have father. But it's part of the slavery system. They created this family slavery system. And today, we believe that's only, no, there was time, no family, no marriage. And people were living well. They were living as a people. They don't see, there are no, family is a slavery setting. They were seeing themselves as people. They talk to themselves. No boundaries, no this mind, no claim, no dominion, no possessing, no claiming possession. No, because everything in this world belongs to all of us. We're supposed to be walking and eating together, enjoying life together. Not all this selfish nonsense. Family setting is also a selfish setting. Selfish. This one, why are you working like that making money? For my children, for my children's children. I'm working for my grandchildren. You are stupid. You're not supposed to work for anybody but yourself. When you work for somebody else, you must enslave yourself to work for somebody else. That's why I say when you become poor and sell yourself into slavery, work for yourself. Stop working for others. If you're working for somebody else, you are a slave. Many of you are a slave to your wife, to your husband, to your children, to your parents, to your... We are raised as slaves, and we think it's the right way. It's not. You don't have, if family is the right thing, you don't have to tell children to honor their father and their mother. You don't. You can't live with somebody and not respect that person as you suppose. You know, when you live with people, you agree to live with these people. You see, both of you will be respecting one another. Something must be wrong. And that wrong comes in when the law, without the law, there will be no issue among us. Without God, there will be no war among us. This is what caused all the problem we are having in this world. God mentality. God created family. God created slavery. God created all these institutions that is tearing us apart. At least if you still doubt in it, use their Bible to judge it. Genesis chapter 11, 1 to 9. The people started building their cities without consulting any God, without needing any God, but themselves and the nature. And they succeeded. That's why I say we need God, we need ourselves and nature. We don't need God. The story of Adam and Eve is supposed to teach you better. So long God was communicating with man only, without the woman, they were ignorant. But the moment the serpent spoke to the woman, nature communicates with nature. Knowledge, that's how we get knowledge. All the things we think we invented, you think we just invented them? It's when people begin to think about nature, look, the idea begin to come. People begin to invent things. They look at this thing, they say, man, to be opening this thing has been too hard. How can I, what can I do now to create a better one? Somebody, let me use sachet to do it and see how it goes. They made sachet, put the same thing, put it, come out. I think he said that one is better. Instead of struggling to do like this one, you just press it, it come out. That's how innovation and invention come. It's not a gift of God. If it's a gift of God, there'll be no ignorant child of God in this world. They'll be inventing things for themselves, not going and buying the one unbelieving China made. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. Are you telling me, oh, if children die, is because they didn't honor their father and their mother. For my life to be long, I have to honor my father and my mother. Why? My life is not tied to my father and my mother. When they die, they die. When I die, I die. Nobody can die with me. I cannot die with anybody. Huh? Stop believing all this nonsense they wrote. Oh, because I honor my father and my mother so that my day may be long. Suffering, my day may be long in suffering. My parents are poor. I should honor them so that my days will be long in poverty. You people are supposed to be thinking now. Honoring your father and mother cannot do anything in your life unless maybe you want something from them. That's the reason. But if you are living with your parents, you don't need anybody to tell you to honor them. If you grow up knowing that your parents are the one that gave birth to you and they've been taking care of you, it's natural for you to respect them. Why the law? Why forcing children to honor their parents? The reason, because they made parents to teach those children to worship God, to obey God, to honor your parents, so for you not to die. You will not die. The same lie they told Adam. He said, the day you eat of this tree, you must surely die. They eat it, they did not die. The same lie they tell you, if you honor your father and mother, you will live long in the land. Live long for we are doing what? I rather die soon than living long in suffering and poverty. Let me die now. Why should I be living in poverty, in bondage, long like that? Eh? Verse 13, you shall not murder, but God murders. And you also, those that tell you you shall not murder support war. What is war? War is murder too. War is murder. Oh, war is not murder, but abortion is murder. You killing somebody, a grown up, you shoot that person die in war. That one is not murder. It's a just war or just murder. Just killing, right? It's the right killing, right murder. But the wrong murder is the other ones. And abortion is the wrong murder, right? Religious people. You shall not commit adultery. That's another evil. This is how they force people into marriage. No adultery, no adultery. This is how they force women into submission. Even Jesus said, looking at a woman is adultery. No. Adultery is bullshit religion made up. We're supposed to be having sex anytime we want. Sex not supposed to be censored. Sex not supposed to be, rationed. It's not supposed to be limited. Learn it from the animals. We're supposed to be having sex every time we want it. Every time, anytime. That's how it's supposed to be. And that's why it is ridiculous for you to have only one person. What if you want sex, your husband don't want it that time, or your wife don't want it that time? What will you do? Okay, that's why you see some men going to their mate, or they go to prostitute. Women are subdued. Women that don't have that freedom of going to sleep with another man in a club or in a hotel. It's men that have that privilege, that power. They didn't give it to women. For a woman, I divorce you, send you back to your father's house. Women, please stop leaving your father's house. You will start that revolution yourself. Let them stop selling you. That thing you want to achieve in that man's house, you can achieve it in your father's house. But it's provision they used to hold you in bondage. The man is providing for you. So remain in his house, giving birth to his children. He's the one feeding you. You shall not steal. Imagine. Let me say it again. Stealing is not wrong. It is greed that creates this nonsense you call stealing. And the people that tell you you shall not steal, they stole first. They are thieves. The original thieves were the one who told you you shall not steal. They even stole the land where they were going to possess. Remember, they're about to go and steal land belonging to other people. But they already wrote that you shall not steal. The lawmakers are lawbreakers. The lawmakers are the real law breakers. The lawmakers are law breakers. If you can reason, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. This is the sin all people in Abrahamic religion committing. They always bear false witness against their neighbor. Oh, you will not go to hell. I mean, you will not go to heaven, sorry. You will go to hell. You know, God show you mercy. You are false witness. Did I tell you I need mercy? No. Why are you telling me God have mercy? You are bearing false witness against me. You are telling me, you are accusing me of what I have not done, what I have not said. You are accusing me. Eh? Give your life to Jesus. You are a false witness. Did I tell you I want to give my life out? I know I want to live my life. I don't want to give it to anyone. I refuse to give my life to any God, to any Jesus, to any Lord, to any person, to any man, to any woman. I refuse to give my life. I'm not giving my life. You want me to enslave myself for another people. That's what it means to give your life. So stop bearing false witness. Stop telling me there is God when you cannot show me God. You are a false witness. When you say there is God and I say there is no God, you are telling me to prove that there is no God. You are a false witness. That's why you are telling me to prove there is no God, because you can't prove there is God. I didn't claim there is no God. You are the one that said there is no God. I said there is no God. It's not a claim. When I say there is no God, it's not a claim. I'm rebutting your nonsense. You say, no, there is God. I say, show me that God. You say, nobody can see it. Is there nothing that is real, but you cannot see it? I ask you, do we worship that one? You want to use the air to justify your belief in God, but you worship God. You say people that worship air are idol worshippers. They will not go to your heaven. But you are worshiping God, who you compare to air. But it's wrong for somebody to worship air. But you, it is right for you to worship God. You are a false witness if you are preaching God. You are a false witness if you are preaching Muhammad. You are a false witness if you are preaching Jesus. Do you know some people still believe Jesus and Muhammad existed as persons in this world? They never existed anywhere, just like God. Verse 17, you shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. This is the main point I want to show you about here. Remember, all this thing I've been showing you now is about slavery. Bring you out of Egypt, the house of bondage, right? You can't see logic, but it has an origin. Yeah, and you don't worship logic, right? Have you seen anybody worshiping logic? Saying what logic is there, Lord? I'm trying to understand you, Pico, and you can't see logic, but it has an origin. Where is the origin of logic? I don't think logic has origin. It's also, I think, okay, maybe our brain is the origin of logic. Yeah, sorry. Our brain is the origin of logic, sense, That's why we need to know the functions of our organs. So we stop ascribing them to God. Thank you, Pico. I think that's what you mean, if I'm correct. You say it has an origin. Yeah, we can see our brain, but it has an origin. So where is the origin of God? We want to know the origin of God. All of you that believe in God here, Pico, I'm not talking to you, okay? I'm talking in general, okay? So here, this last part, the 10th commandment, he said, you shall not covet your neighbor's house. But they are going to covet other people's house, which we read in Deuteronomy chapter 6. He said the house is other people built. You gave it to them. They covet. God is covetous. God coveted other people's land and gave it to his children. Now he's telling you, do not covet. That's why they tell you that this Lucifer wanted to be like God. But here, they want you to be like God. God coveted other people's house. God coveted other people. Said, do not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. No. God also coveted his neighbor's wife, which was called Mary, impregnated her to give birth to Jesus. God don't want you to be like him, because if you are like God, he's jealous. And a jealous God will come after you. If you do the same thing God do, God will hate you. Although he created you in his own image and likeness, although you are his child, he will still get upset for trying to live like him. Every child should live like their father until they grow up and move out of their father. Why is my father or your father angry that you want to be like him? Huh? Listen, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male servant, nor his female servant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's property. He said, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife. His wife is his property. You married Christian women. You married Muslim women. You married Jewish women. You are a property to your husband. Your husband is your Lord. Your husband. That's why they tell you in the New Testament, they tell you that Sarah called Abraham her Lord. Your husband, remarriage. Stop all that nonsense you are claiming to justify your foolishness. Marriage is slavery. That's why you as a woman was purchased as a property. He said, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, not your neighbor's husband, neighbor's wife. Husbands cannot be coveted because they cannot be purchased. Wives can be coveted because they can be purchased. If you are a wife, you are a slave. I don't care how much you are enjoying in marriage. I don't care how much you are building in that marriage. You are a slave. And all the hope you have, hope of having a better family or going to heaven, is useless. The moment you die, that's it. It's gone. All of them. So if you are a wife, you are a property another man can covet. If you are a wife. If you are not a wife, it can never happen. We must end marriage, please, my people. Verse 18. Now all the people witnessed the thunderings, the lightning flashes, the sound of the trumpet, and the mountain smoke, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they trembled and stood afar off. Then they said to Moses, you speak with us, and we will hear, but let not God speak with us, lest we die. This is religious bullshit. And this is how they're still building religion today, building churches everywhere today. So God came down to the mountain. People hear this, witness the thunderings, the lightning flashes, the sounds of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. Yet they could not witness God. You see why they are false witnesses. If you preach God, you are a false witness because you have not seen God. You have not witnessed God. Even Jehovah's Witnesses never witnessed God in their life, yet they are Jehovah's Witnesses. In the house, I used to call them Jehovah's wickedness. Jehovah's weakness. With Jehovah's weakness. That's what they are. They tremble and smoke. And what they say, oh no, Moses, please go. Speak with us, and we will hear. But don't let God speak with us, lest we die. Yesterday I showed you. He said that he comes down in the cloud for people to hear that he speaks to Moses, right? Then they in turn believe Moses forever. That was the all purpose of it. Do you get the message there? And now they're telling you the reason. You see why our old fathers and our old mothers bowing down to small boys who are priests and pastors is this. They tremble in the presence of God. Don't question. That's Moses. Moses is your pastor. Moses is your prophet. Moses is your leader. Let him hear from God and speak to you. But you don't want to hear from God. Then God sent Jesus and I say he loved everyone in the world. He said, Jesus speak to everyone, but Jesus don't speak to me. He doesn't speak to atheists. He doesn't speak to unbelievers. He only speaks to believers. Then they keep disturbing us as false witnesses they are. So let God not speak with us lest we die. Your father speak to you, you die? What type of father is that? And Moses said to the people, do not fear, for God has come to test you. He might not come to help you, come to test you. Not come to give you what you need, just to test you. And that his fear may be before, and that his fear may be before you, so that you may not sin. Do you see why? When you say you are not a sinner, you are living in fear. Oh no, I wouldn't do that. I don't want to have sex with you. You see, today it is hard for me to have sex with women. Why? Because I'm an unbeliever. They will always see my post through WhatsApp or whatever on social media. I don't deny it. I will never deny it because of sex. Let me not have sex. Instead, I will maybe deny myself because of sex. Thunder, I can masturbate. I masturbate. I can buy toys. What are you saying? Why should I live in bondage because of sex? Oh, I don't want to sin against God. Then let me live in bondage. Thunder, fire that God. What is he doing to me? And for me? So the people stood afar off, but Moses drew near the thick darkness where God was. The thick darkness where God was. Many of you don't want to know that place, but you say there is heaven. Darkness is here, and that's where God, your God, was. Then the Lord said to Moses, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, you have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Telling the children of Israel that they have seen that you talk to them. You did not talk to them, you talk to Moses. You shall not make anything to be with me. Gods of silver or gold or gods of gold, you shall not make for yourself. They make Jesus. They make Mary. An altar of earth you shall make for me, and you shall sacrifice on it your burnt offerings and your peace offerings, your sheep and your oxen. Aye. In every place where I record my name, I will come to you. Hey. Where God record his name. So God did not record his name in your house. Your house is not holy for his name. He did not record his name in your life. No, your life is not holy for God. He said, oh man, this God don't deserve anything from us. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. He don't deserve anything. He said, in every place where I record my name, I will come to you and I will bless you. No, Moses said, you're coming to test them. Not to bless them, he's coming to test them. Oh, God tests his blessing. Okay, no wonder they are not rich, but they say they are blessed. Okay, because, that's what it means. God's testing them. It means God has blessed them. And if you make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it of him stone. For if you use your tool on it, you have profaned it. You use your tool on the stone, you have profaned it, you have make it all that. This God, I will never worship this God, man. This God is too silly for any wise person to consider worshiping. Nor shall you go up by step to my altar, that your nakedness may not be exposed on it. So please don't wear pants. I used to preach this thing. No wonder they don't allow women inside the temple where priests are, because priests don't wear pants. If your pastor is wearing trousers, he's not a man of God. If your priest is wearing pants, he's not a priest of God. The true ministers of God don't wear pants, because God said, don't build step there, you always go naked, so that your nakedness may not be exposed on it. Not to the people. When you wear that priestly garment now, under is naked. So God don't want to see your dick. No wonder I say cut the tip of it in the name of circumcision. What? God is a gay man. God like dick too much, so he don't want you to expose it. No, keep that. No wonder they call it private part. It's for God only. Stupid people. My people, reason with me. Reason with the Bible too. You see how silly it is for us to worship this useless God. Our people are dying worshiping this God. For what? Why we are still suffering? Look at our suffering and learn prudence, not obedience. end that silly trust and obey and begin to question everything, worship nothing, and do what is beneficial factually to you and others. God